I'm David Tillman, author of Nootropics Expert and this YouTube channel. In this video, you'll discover the nootropic benefits of phenylpiracetam. Now, this is an update to a video I made on phenylpiracetam several years ago. You will hear why we use phenylpiracetam as a nootropic supplement. You'll learn what it is, how much to use or the recommended phenylpiracetam dosage, how many times per day to use phenylpiracetam, the potential side effects, and the best place to buy phenylpiracetam. So, why should you listen to this video about phenylpiracetam? Well, because phenylpiracetam has been shown to boost alertness, cognition, clarity, focus, learning and memory, provides a stimulant effect, reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, and it's been banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency for use by Olympic athletes. Now, before we get started, if you find this video useful, please subscribe to this channel and hit the share button so others can learn about phenylpiracetam and how other nootropics can help them and their brain health issues. So stay with me for a few minutes and I'll tell you more about phenylpiracetam. Let's get started. Phenylpiracetam is a water-soluble nootropic in the racetam class of compounds. Phenylpiracetam was created by Russian scientists in 1983, and they did it by adding a phenyl group to piracetam. It was developed as a nootropic to boost cognition and to improve physical stamina. Now, it turns out that phenylpiracetam is very effective in boosting athletic performance. It provides significant stimulatory effects and helps you resist cold, leading to a ban by the World Anti-Doping Agency for use by athletes in the Olympics and other professional sports. Russian cyclist Anton Rashnikov was suspended in 2007 for 2 years from the International Cycling Union for using carfidon. 1 year earlier, in 2006, Russian Olympic athlete Olga Pyleva lost her silver medal for using carfidon. Carfidon is a brand name for phenylpiracetam. Adding a phenyl group to piracetam boosts the bioavailability of phenylpiracetam. It easily crosses the blood-brain barrier and is considered 20 to 60 times more potent than piracetam. Now, Russian chemists synthesized phenylpiracetam to boost the physical and mental performance of astronauts during spaceflight. It's currently used by Russian cosmonauts on the International Space Station. Phenylpiracetam combats physical and mental fatigue. It enhances memory, mood, and focus. It facilitates learning and retention, reduces brain fog, increases alertness, and boosts physical stamina and tolerance to cold. Phenylpiracetam is also an effective treatment for epilepsy. This debilitating condition is caused by sudden surges of electrical activity in the brain. This temporary disturbance in messaging systems between brain cells can cause a seizure. Normal brain function gets halted or mixed up. This is where phenylpiracetam comes in. Phenylpiracetam has been shown in clinical studies to affect alpha and beta brainwaves. Scientists haven't quite figured out why it works, but phenylpiracetam has an anticonvulsive action in the brain. They did conclude after one clinical trial, phenylpiracetam reduced the frequency of seizures and improved cognitive function in the absence of epileptiform EEG abnormalities. Phenylpiracetam is sold as a prescription drug in Russia and several Eastern European countries. In the United States, phenylpiracetam is sold as an unregulated over-the-counter research compound. Phenylpiracetam boosts brain health and function in several ways, but two in particular stand out. First, phenylpiracetam is a stimulant. Phenylpiracetam increases the density of neuroreceptors. Studies have shown it increases the density of acetylcholine, dopamine, GABA, and NMDA receptors. This translates into more receptors for each of these important neurotransmitters to bind with and boost their effectiveness. The increase in density of neuroreceptors likely accounts for phenylpiracetam's stimulant-like properties. Similar to Ritalin or Adderall, this nootropic increases the effectiveness of dopamine in your brain, increasing alertness, decision-making capability, and cognition. But unlike stimulants like Ritalin and Adderall, phenylpiracetam does not come with any stimulant-like side effects. You should not experience any fatigue, rapid heartbeat, decreased appetite, or irritability. Rather, you'll feel increased stamina, have more physical endurance, and get smarter. Just don't try using phenylpiracetam if you're planning on being an Olympic athlete. It was banned several years ago because it's too effective to be used in professional sports. And we don't want an unfair advantage, now do we? And the second way it works in the brain, phenylpiracetam decreases anxiety and depression. For similar reasons to how phenylpiracetam works as a stimulant, it can also tame symptoms of anxiety and depression. It increases the density of receptors for acetylcholine, GABA, and NMDA receptors. The increase in receptor sites for GABA, choline, and glutamate affects levels of the calming neurotransmitters GABA and serotonin in your brain. Phenylpiracetam floods your brain with the neurochemicals you need to chill out. Phenylpiracetam is highly bioavailable when used as a nootropic. Once digested, it quickly gets absorbed and it crosses the blood-brain barrier. Phenylpiracetam modulates neuroreceptors. It has been shown to increase the density of receptors for GABA, NMDA, dopamine, and acetylcholine. More neuroreceptors result in more of each of these neurotransmitters being able to bind to neurons and affect alertness, cognition, memory, recall, and mood. Phenylpiracetam has a positive effect on physical performance by increasing endurance and reducing physical and mental fatigue. In fact, these effects are so potent that phenylpiracetam has been banned from professional sports by the World Anti-Doping Agency. Phenylpiracetam has been shown to act as a stimulant, but unlike pharmaceutical stimulant drugs, it does not affect your cardiovascular or respiratory system and does not have the side effects of jitteriness, restlessness, or irritability like prescription stimulants. Phenylpiracetam is also noted for increasing your threshold of tolerance for cold. Many neurohackers say phenylpiracetam is the strongest nootropic they've ever experienced. It's highly bioavailable, and you experience the effects within 30 minutes of taking it. Phenylpiracetam increases concentration, motivation, memory, physical endurance, and tolerance to cold. Learning is quicker, and stress is reduced. Learning and processing information becomes easier with phenylpiracetam. You're not rereading sentences and paragraphs trying to understand them. Short and long-term memory improves. Motor skills improve, so you're typing faster and more accurately. Those dealing with depression report a decrease in depressive symptoms. More confidence helps in social situations, and conversations are easier. Productivity rises, and you assume a get-it-done mentality. Procrastination is a thing of the past. Phenylpiracetam is a popular pre-workout supplement. It increases your endurance and reduces both physical and mental fatigue. And if you're one of the unfortunate ones who live in a cold climate, you'll find that your tolerance for cold is better. Phenylpiracetam was developed in Russia in 1983, and the majority of research done with this nootropic has been conducted in Russia, published in Russian medical journals in Russian. So we have limited clinical trial data to draw on, and like many nootropics, we rely on nootropic user reviews. The following is 2 samples of clinical trials I was able to find that have been translated into English and published in Western medical databases. In the first one, phenylpiracetam improves cognition. A study done by Russian researchers investigated the effects of phenylpiracetam on cognition. 99 adults aged 40 to 60 suffering from cognition deficits due to surgery or brain trauma were enrolled in this study. Volunteers were given 200 milligrams of phenylpiracetam daily for 30 days. The researchers found that those using the nootropic showed a significant improvement in motor coordination, higher brain function, memory, attention, and counting, and a reduction in both anxiety and depression. And the second one, phenylpiracetam boosts cerebral circulation. Researchers in Moscow recruited 400 patients suffering from ischemic stroke. Now, this is the most common type of stroke where blood vessels carrying blood to the brain are blocked by a blood clot. Now, half of the group received 400 milligrams of phenylpiracetam daily for a year, and the control group got a placebo. The research team found that the group who received phenylpiracetam experienced a significant restoration in cognitive function and resumed daily activities, far better than the control group who took a placebo. The recommended phenylpiracetam dosage is 100 milligrams twice per day. 1 phenylpiracetam dose in the morning and 1 in the early afternoon. Do not use phenylpiracetam later in the day because of its stimulant effect and cause insomnia. You can develop a tolerance to phenylpiracetam, so consider taking it only on days when you need extra focus. Or try cycling it 1 week on and 1 week off. Phenylpiracetam is non-toxic, so it's considered well tolerated and safe. As with many of the racetams, phenylpiracetam can cause headaches because it boosts the use of acetylcholine in your brain. Choline supplements like alpha-GPC or CDP-choline can help you avoid this side effect. According to an animal study, phenylpiracetam was reported to reduce body weight gain by a significant amount in obese rats. However, since rat brain neurotransmitter receptors differ from humans, it's impossible to say for sure if phenylpiracetam has similar metabolic benefits in humans at this time. Tolerance is a problem with phenylpiracetam. It builds rather quickly. Used too often, it will soon lose its effects. So try using phenylpiracetam only when you need the extra cognitive power, or before a workout. Or try cycling it 1 week on and 1 week off to avoid tolerance. Many neurohackers find that stacking phenylpiracetam with a choline supplement boosts the effect even more with improved memory and cognition, and this is supported in several research studies. Phenylpiracetam is sold in tablet, capsule, and powder form. Tablets and capsules are usually 100 milligrams each. You can currently buy phenylpiracetam from Cosmic Nootropic. You'll find a link to their store down in the notes section below this video. The company sells brand name and patented forms of many of the racetams and is highly recommended. So that's my report on phenylpiracetam. If you want to see links to the studies I talked about, go to my website, Nootropics Expert, and search for phenylpiracetam. Or click on the link below in the notes section of this video. Now, once you're at my website, Nootropics Expert, you'll find a full transcript for this video. You'll also find dozens of articles on all the well-known nootropics on Nootropics Expert. And if you haven't already, download your free copy of Secrets of the Optimized Brain. It's nearly 100 pages and contains details on 92 of the most popular nootropics used today. And it's finally available. The second edition of my book, Head First, the complete guide to healing and optimizing your brain with nootropic supplements. Head First, the second edition, is 962 pages and is available in hardcover, paperback, or for iPad or Kindle. Now, you can get your copy at any major bookseller, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, Apple Books, Walmart, and others. You will find a link to these stores down below in the notes section of this video. So get your copy today. And if you could use some personal help with choosing the right nootropics or figuring out how to deal with your own brain health issues, consider booking a personal consultation with me. You'll find a link to my calendar down below. And if you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you go. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.